What's going on, guys? Julian here. Welcome to the market recap for Monday, March 1st. Going to start off with the SPY. We were talking about the S&P not too long ago, and we were talking about this move to the downside. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people voicing their opinions about this being a massive sell-off, but I want to sort of give you some insight into the fact that this is not a sell-off. The last little while, we're not in correction territory. We're only about 4.5% from the top to this little trough right through here where price action actually bounced. And on a different chart, you'll actually see that this bottomed out at the 50-day simple moving average, and then it pushed on volume. And these three bars collectively are what are referred to as a three-bar reversal candlestick pattern. And so what you're looking at right through here is actually a push over 390 or towards 390, and you're going to see price action probably put in some nice new highs on the S&P 500, and in this case on the SPY, the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. So by and large, markets are still healthy. If we scale back here, you will see that the markets have been on fire for a very, very long time. We've only had two major blips, COVID being one of them, and this was we moved all the way down to 20% from peak to trough before bouncing. But outside of those two blips, the markets have been exceptionally strong. They're on fire. So don't fret. We have a three-bar candlestick reversal pattern right through here. Bottomed out at the 50-day simple moving average, and markets are still looking good. Now, having said that, the markets could obviously collapse if there was any bad news that hit the wire that participants didn't like. So, I mean, it's always a toss-up with this stuff. You never know, but as it looks right now, all things considered, the SPY is looking pretty healthy, and so markets are reflecting that. And stocks, pardon me, are reflecting that. First one I want to get into is INUV. Now, this was a stock that I was looking at intraday today. I put this out, something I was watching first thing in the morning, and I actually missed an opportunity on this. I was waiting for a larger pullback. Now, what you'll see right through here, and this is why I didn't get into it, is price action didn't really take a break. There were some areas where there was a flat top breakout right through here. I mean, that is an opportunity. I don't necessarily love the flat top breakouts, and the reason being is because there is a level of fake out action, like you can see right through here, that will come down and shake people out before moving. The same thing is here, like it puts in this nice high, pulls back. This is all consolidation. You get that high of day, that initial high day at 125 popping. I didn't like those moves, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to sit tight and wait for price action to find a bit of an intraday top. I wanted to see it roll over, and I wanted to see the MACD reset, and we got something close to it. So you actually see right through here that we have this trend line resistance. Price action dipped below the VWAP, and so what I was actually looking at doing here was I wanted to do what I refer to as a VWAP squeeze. And a VWAP squeeze for me is there's the VWAP, price action is underneath, and then price action comes up and it squeezes and gets long VWAP. And that just didn't happen. You can see that it actually fizzles out right through here. That same level that I wanted to trade out of ended up being a double top. Then this trend line support right through here that was the squeeze to the VWAP. That all fell apart, and then this thing trended sideways. What are you gonna do? So there's nothing for there. There's nothing there for me to trade. There were a couple other movers that moved later on in the day, but where I scored was ECOP and ECOP. Oh, sorry, ECOR. My bad. Where I scored on this one was the same thing. You see the price action rallied up. There was a nice pullback here. I didn't move on that one. Saw a nice bump, pulled back, and what this actually did, it created some trend line, or not trend line, but some support right down through here that I liked. You can see that it actually double bottomed here. So those two candle bottoms collectively is a bottom. These three collectively are a bottom. So you can see that this thing moves up, pulls back. It tries to rally right through here. Not a lot of volume. And then right through here, boom, it smashes up. And 360 was actually a 10% target that I took. I liked the MACD at the time, although this ended up hooking and diverging. And to be completely honest, if I would have sat in this and wanted to get a larger target, I would have ended up getting stopped out. When I saw that hook come into play and the divergence start to enter the equation, I then thought to myself, you know what, it's time to bail. And then you can see that ECOR actually ended up failing for the rest of the day. So the real scalp was right through here, and it wasn't a bad deal. Okay, so I'll chalk that one up as a win. I liked it. On the flip side, there were a couple movers that came later on in the day. I just simply wasn't around. I trade the first 2 hours, 3 hours. If nothing comes up, then I'm done. But you'll see right through here that there were some nice pullback plays where you could have gotten long. Pullback right through here, another one right through here, another one down through here. And there was a little bit of movement, and you're getting a nice reset on that MACD. But again, TMBR, I didn't bother with it. Another one was SRAX, another decent looking move where there were some pullbacks that you could have gotten long. And there's a nice one, VWAP squeeze. It moves up, pulls back, rallies. Like, this is great looking stuff. I don't trade it all, okay? I see stocks that are setting up. I'll take the best trade. I'll move it when I'm done, no matter how it works out. I'm done for the day. If I get into one stock and I feel like I could have done better and there's a bit of a tree shaking situation, or I'm getting whipped out of the trade and there's a secondary opportunity to get in, I'll go for it. But today, breakouts were pretty clean. They moved to target. Not a big deal. But again, missed SRAX. It was a great setup. I mean, there was a move from 403 all the way up into the 470 range. I mean, that's an 18% move. Even if you would have caught rather 2/3 of that move, you would have had a pretty decent day. But for me, ECOR, start the Monday off positive, and that's what we did. So that is the market recap. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out. Also, in the description box below, I am going to be including a link to an open house webinar that I'm hosting on Wednesday. That's going to be the 3rd, and that is also going to be at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I got some stuff that I want to talk about, and I think you're going to want to join because we are going to be talking about some pretty incredible stuff, and there's also a surprise towards the end of that webinar that I want to get you in front of. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.